Well, let's get an update now. The burial of the King Goodwill Zwelithini kaBhekuZulu will take place on Thursday. The royal family says the affair will be processed in accordance with Zulu traditions and rituals. Preparations for the burial of the king are now underway at Ketomthandayo Royal Palace, and that's where we find our reporter Bonga Dlulane. Bonga, very good morning to you. So yesterday the royal family urging people not to come in their throngs to the royal palace, this in observance of the COVID-19 regulations. So bring us up to speed about who has been visiting the royal household to convey their condolences.
Well, Chloe, good morning. It seems that message has stuck, but people around this community also are expected to be coming in, because that's what you do when someone who is as distinguished as the monarch says has been going to be planted. So we're seeing community members coming through here in their numbers, just going inside the palace to assist with whatever's happening. You can see some of them bringing in sheep, others trying women who are coming in to help with whatever that's needed as the plantation or the planting of the king rather is going to be happening later this week. What we've also been told, Chloe, is that COVID-19 regulations will be maintained. That's why behind me you can see health officials with sanitizers, with everything that needs to be done, taking temperatures of anyone who comes through these gates. And also this path that I'm on has been blocked by police at the beginning. They're telling people not to come through their cars, but diverting them to a field that's opposite me. So those are just the logistical issues that are happening now, Chloe. The message has stuck, and Prince Botele is releasing a statement yesterday that everything that they're doing in accordance to the king's wishes and also following regulations of COVID-19.
Yeah, Bonga, you touch on that statement that was released by Prince Mangosuthu Buthelezi yesterday. Right towards the bottom of that particular statement, he then talks about how the royal family is pierced through the heart as a result of the unflattering obituaries that were carried in the City Press and Sunday Times newspapers. How's the family reacting to these newspaper reports?
Well, for now, they've not reacted or released a statement of yet, but it's expected it will come through. Whether it will come from the office of the Prime Minister, Chief Buthelezi, or not is something else, because also you mentioned that statement. There seems to be a growing communication rift between the royal family and the Prime Minister Buthelezi, because he says there that he was not aware of the press conference that was done by the king's sister and brother. Going and saying that there's a press conference at the palace, but it doesn't seem like there's a consultation with him, because by family, and that includes him being informed or consulted, because he's the Prime Minister in the royal household. So that statement also been clear that there seems to be some communication breakdown between the office of the Prime Minister and the siblings of the king, who released the information how the king will be buried. You remember also it's quite scathing against journalists, saying that it's sadistic and cruel and piercing in the heart at a time when they are mourning, referring to those obituaries in the City Press and Sunday Times. So the cracks are starting to show. They've been saying that the monarch must be united at this time, but it doesn't seem they're pulling from the same angles at this time, especially when it comes to communication and how the information is disseminated to the media.
Yeah, and you talk about the family being urged to pull together at a time like this. Messages, that particular message, in fact, coming from the former President Jacob Zuma, who was there yesterday. Is there clarity, though, Bonga? Because, as you say, there seems to be a communication disconnect between what is being communicated by Chief Buthelezi and what is being communicated by the actual family of the king. The date of the burial or of the plantation, of the planting of the king, Bonga, is it Wednesday or Thursday? Because the family, I seem to recollect clearly them saying the king will be laid to rest on Thursday.
Thursday, Xoli, is the last official date we got from the families. You say correctly yesterday when they had that media briefing saying that it's according to his wishes, and they gave only Thursday. That's now in contradiction to what Chief Buthelezi said, that it will be on a Wednesday night, private affair, attended by men only. And then on Thursday, then, they're going to have a memorial service, which is going to be working with the presidency, because not everyone can be allowed at the actual burying, because you're not supposed to know also where the king is supposed to be planted. The public should not be aware. Some of these things should be done in secret. But in that communication disconnect, that's where the dates even begin to become not sure exactly which side are you saying. So the family has said everything will happen on Thursday. But that's what Chief Buthelezi rather said. The burial, attended by men only, will happen on Wednesday night, and then on Thursday will be a memorial service that everyone can attend in accordance with COVID-19 regulations. So that's still something that the two sides need to figure out as to, is Thursday everything happening, or is the Wednesday night, then Thursday?
All right, Bonga Dlulane, thank you very much. Live for us at the Kwakheto Mthandayo Royal Palace in KwaNongoma.